He'll need another few minutes to get the energy back.
Good morning and welcome to the Quidditch Canada National Championships. Thank you to James Champion, my co-commentator, providing the lovely music. My name is Chris Radievsky, and we've got starting lines coming up between Ottawa and Waterloo. Ottawa, I gotta mention, James has a little bit of heart for me. I started my career 7 years ago playing Quidditch at Ottawa, there for 3 years. And it'll be nice to see two familiar faces, but for the most part, this is a fairly new team. And I know that later on in the day, I'll have to play them, so this will be an interesting match for me to watch. And then, who are we facing against Ottawa?
So up against Ottawa, we've got the Waterloo Ridgebacks, who are a bit of an unknown quantity. A lot of rookies on the team this year, a lot of first and second year players. Could be more than one team's Waterloo here this weekend. It's a lovely day here in Eastern Canada at the Tim Hortons Stadium.
Tim Hortons Field. I'll have to correct you just because I am a Hamilton, Ontario hometown. Originally hailing from the Hammer, the steel town. So yes, Tim Hortons Field, former Ivor win. This is where the Ticats play. So beautiful facility provided for Quidditch Canada. Waterloo versus Ottawa. Going to be an interesting matchup. I gotta say though, I did play Waterloo earlier today. Very good team. Despite being a lot of new players, they really mesh. They really come together, and things are working for them so far.
Well, it's always fantastic to see new teams come out of nowhere and make themselves known.
Got a shout out from Shaggy, one of the beaters. He just likes to heckle me a lot, but he is one of the Team Canada beaters. Actually, both let me give the last names as well. Raphael Roy Laurent and also Martin Chiasson, also known as Shaggy, Team Canada beaters on the standing national team. They'll be starting off for Ottawa, and they will be a force in this match to be reckoned with. Watch them closely. They will probably try to control this game as much as possible.
Yeah, to paraphrase former Canucks GM Mike Gillis, Chris, I don't know why they call it Quidditch. They might as well just call it beater, because that's what often makes the difference between two close teams.
It's true, but just remember, bludgers do not count for goals. The chaser has to pass, the quaffle has to pass through the hoops by one of the chasers or the keeper. We've got Rachel Malone, our head ref, and our Calgary reffing crew about to start off the match. And they're off. Easily, Ottawa controlling the play on all balls. And a goal for Ottawa. And of course, as I mentioned, looking Martin Chiasson and Raphael Roy Laurent, both getting off to the beaters right away. Oh, and yes, let us make sure that we adequately give Ottawa the 10 points that come along with a goal.
So Ottawa sounds extremely motivated to me. They did a great job to establish bludger supremacy. That's when you have two bludgers rather than one. Looks like they've just lost that. And we now have...
That's John Keats, keeper there with the ball, passing it off. There's going to be a little bit of a press because Waterloo's without beaters right now.
And Ottawa's chaser defense giving them absolutely nothing to work with here. And there's a great steal. That's a big momentum swing. Here comes Ottawa.
Cody Rennick passing off to himself on the right there. He's trying to create some space. He's going to go in, take the shot. No goal. It's going to fall a little bit short and roll off to the side. But Ottawa on those rebounds going to recover and keep this alive.
Ottawa's hyped. Ottawa's getting their own rebounds. They're in it. That's a shot he probably would like to have back. Not a fantastic decision, but sometimes you hustle, you can make up for decisions like that.
Look how far forward.
That's great.
Look how far Ottawa's beaters are playing. Great opportunity there that they've created for the chasers. Chasers were just not able to finish. John Keats, keeper for Waterloo, is going to jump on that ball. Great quick start to this match. Only 10-0.
Yeah,
great,
full speed out of the gates here.
Some good defensive stops. Pressure from Waterloo. A little bit lucky in terms of taking advantage that Ottawa wasn't connecting on those passes, but Waterloo's going to try to make something here. Creating that space, quick ball, passing back and forth. Tries for a shot with a rebound, but it's no good. It's going to roll out the back. Ottawa ball.
So it looks like Waterloo's really trying to establish a pass-heavy game here. Ottawa's just got a lot of energy here. They haven't been connecting on many passes. That might change as the game goes on. Excuse me, we've got a very loud Kingston chant behind me.
Yeah, those teams.
Yeah, these kids, hey, how about it?
Cody Rennick advancing with the ball. They've crossed half. Beater's trying to create some space for him. He's looking for his opportunities. He's not rushing this. He's not rushing this whatsoever. No goal, and Waterloo's going to recover. Waterloo having 2 of the 3 bludgers, what we call bludger superiority. But we're going to have a call from Rachel Malone, HR, who's going to blow the double whistle, stop play, and we'll have to see what the refs confer and give us to go forward.
So obviously very fast out of the gates. Look like both teams are kind of settling into their respective play styles now. Now we'll try to keep it a little less fast and loose. You do that too long, your coach gets mad.
So as a beater or a chaser, you can't interact with another position. You can't interact, get in the way, or impede. There's a little bit of right away that goes on, but we've got a yellow card to number 12 for you, Ottawa. How's it going out there? We've pretty good, nice weather is what she says. So you Ottawa's back in it. Waterloo driving down the pitch, puts up the ball, but a little top heavy.
Keats will miss the pass and get beaten there.
Waterloo still trying to create that pressure, but it looks like there's a number of Waterloo players running back on defense. Ottawa is going to turn over this ball and slow it down because they've got a number of seconds before we've got Ottawa back in the game.
So they're about to go slow as the refs will let them go during a penalty. They're required to maintain forward motion unless they are under pressure, but they will try to kill as much of this penalty as possible.
So look at that slow advance. They're taking their time. Cody Rennick, not in any rush at all. Lovely, beautiful day. He's just taking advantage of it. A little bit windy, and that has been affecting a lot of the shots and what we're seeing here.
Absolutely.
You really got to put it right through that hoop, and that's where the beaters have come to play, as you were mentioning earlier, James.
Yeah.
What a fantastic beat by Martin Chiasson under the leg, just
Martin
unsuspecting.
Chiasson is cleaning up here. Oh, and there's an unfortunate pass that will go over the chaser's head, and Ottawa is lucky to recover here. Ottawa has also retaken bludger supremacy, which their keeper will be very happy with going forward. Here's Cody Rennick evaluating his options. Now he knows he's got a couple of top-notch beaters out there. He'll probably want them to go to work, and he can just stroll in, which he will do now. Big boy, big lad, uses his size.
Cody going to take it all the way to the hoop. Cody Rennick for you, Ottawa. We've got a whole line change, but that's a bad decision because John Keats will take advantage of that. Edmonton Aurors, a little bit of conflict of interest here. I was warned about that. John Keats, very good at reading that scenario, going for those breakaways. You don't want those beaters subbing at the same time. Yeah, the score right now is 10-10. It's 20-10 for you, Ottawa, and we're just fixing that on the screen. That's our fault there.
Yeah, there's absolutely no hesitation on that by Keats. He saw the bludgers going off, he saw his chance, and he took it. Oh, and we've got another penalty coming here for you, Ottawa.
Time is negated by the goal, though. So Martin Chiasson will not head to the bench, but a yellow from him. He's not a guy that picks up a lot of cards, just because usually he's not quite the physical player. He's not getting into those sort of situations. He's just very clean, very smart, strategic beats. But
sometimes
unfortunately,
it's just how it goes, and we can all pick up cards out of sheer enthusiasm sometimes. Happens
for
to
sure.
everybody.
I should have picked up a card for you before I came out here. I haven't seen you here. Like one of those well wishes cards,
wow,
you know.
That's really nice of you. I appreciate that.
I mean, Easter. It's Easter weekend here.
Yeah, I suppose it is. But in this case, it is literally the thought that counts. I would have been kind of confused, and then I would have had to go on air, and I'd be like,
well,
right.
you wouldn't have got a card for me.
Oh, yeah, well.
That would have been awkward.
Yeah.
But back to the game to get rid of that awkward pause.
Ooh.
You Ottawa's going to advance it. That's Alex Goudreau bringing up the ball. Teammate of mine back in the day. He's got the speed. If he sees an opening, he's going to take it. And look at that, right as I said that. He sees the beaters move.
Oh, and he'll make a long pass. Oh, and that is unfortunate not to catch that on the far side.
Nice try. John
Great
Keats
idea.
going to slow it down as a keeper, get his offense together. But you Ottawa, look at it. He's getting up that defense right away. They're ready to engage.
Keats, tall guy, a lot of endurance, but even he can't go forever. Here's an opening for
Goudreau with the stop.
And that's a great stop by Goudreau. When you're attacking and from chaser position and you have no bludgers in front of you, that's one you always want to convert on. That will be disappointing for the Ridgebacks here.
Nice block by Alex Goudreau. Going to try to take it.
Block.
Pass to the top of the hoops. A little bit of pressure, but keeper's going to control the ball.
We might have a penalty on the play here.
It looks like we've got a call from one of the ARs. We're going to have to see what the refs confer on this.
I believe that was assistant referee Nathan Ross made that call. Head ref himself definitely knows what's going on.
Oh. Looks like no call. They're just refixing a ball. And Waterloo is going to advance. Ottawa looking to get that defense set up. And Waterloo maintaining bludger superiority at this point. Missed beat on Waterloo. They're going to take advantage. Drive it all the way to the hoop. Oh, quick pass and a goal.
Very well executed. No mistake on that one.
Absolutely.
And while they got the goal, looks like they have lost bludger supremacy to
exactly.
University of Ottawa.
And so it's a 20-all game. The weather definitely a factor preventing these high-scoring games. Typical passing teams. Ottawa, a very good passing team. Oh, very close opportunity there, just underneath the hoop. The cold, the wind, it's affecting the performance of the athletes out here. You really got to make it count out here today.
That's right, Chris. I'm going to do the next 3 games too because I can't let go of this microphone anymore. It's not going anywhere.
Though I have to give a shout out. It is right now, or at least was, -15 without the wind chill in Edmonton today. So this is quite balmy from what I would normally be used to. Ottawa is going to turn over the ball and try a breakaway situation with a no-beater scenario. We've got Waterloo beater coming back. So Alex Goudreau is going to try to set something up with a little bit of his teammates. Now that the beater's been beat, Alex is going to try to drive. But he needs help.
There's a good offload. Oh, and a great tackle.
Great physicality, great stops by Waterloo there.
They'll be unhappy to lose possession without a beat on that one.
So you'll notice we've got great bludger control and beater game going on by Ottawa, but chasers on Ottawa unable to capitalize on those spaces being created by the Ottawa beaters.
Yep. No, there's been a few. The beaters aren't making a lot of mistakes on their throws. They are. I've been out of position a few times with the chasers on both sides so far. I've not been able to capitalize on those.
Oh, that wind carried that one, and the ball is out of bounds, and that'll turn over to Ottawa.
So what'd you say, -15 in Edmonton?
Wind chill, I think we were getting into the -20s there. Yeah, pretty cold, a little bit of snow. But here, balmy, like 2 degrees, 3 degrees.
Oh, there's a great move.
Malcolm Scanbury trying to find an option. He's going to go behind. Hits the rim. They got to finish.
And there have been 3 or 4 really close shots that have not gone in for Ottawa. They have not been getting the bounces today, either on the passes or on the shots.
It looks like.
And whichever way this shakes out, we expect that it'll go to the
There is
Ridgebacks.
a penalty, though.
No, yeah.
And it looks like it may be against one of the Ottawa beaters. Nathan Ross is going to confirm for us in a second. We've got Rachel Malone reaching for her cards. This is not an Easter card. This is a yellow card. So 2 minutes in the box for Ottawa, number 4, Mr. Monroe, Mark Monroe. The throwing bludger out of bounds is the reason for the penalty. So he definitely looks a little shaken up for it. How do you feel, number 4, Mr. Monroe?
All right, well, we can't say that on air. It's safe to say this. Oh, yeah.
He just messed up. He's not happy for it. He knows he's letting his team down a little bit, but he's been playing well out there. So, Mark, when you get back out there in a minute, you keep fighting. The ball's back in action.
This table, Mark believes in you.
It was yellow. There was a yellow card, so that means 1 minute in the box for Mr.
This is an
Monroe.
incredibly low-scoring game, obviously, folks, and the Ridgebacks will absolutely want to capitalize. They're at speed. Oh, and there's an unfortunate trip over own feet, I believe, which will result in a turnover to Ottawa, which will again try to kill this as slow as possible.
We've got another stoppage in play. And is it a swear? This is a family-friendly event.
Yep, absolutely.
James is watching his language today.
Folks, you don't know how well I'm doing. You're all in for a treat today.
He hasn't issued a word of Spanish yet.
No.
So we've got a blue card for a swear. And it'll be 30 seconds until Mr. Monroe is back on the pitch. But Mr. Goudreau, are you swearing on the sideline? So we've got 2 players in the Ottawa 24. Mr. Alex Goudreau with undirected swearing. But 420 has to serve the time. 420 is one of the chasers on the pitch because Alex Goudreau was on the bench when he made the swear. It does affect the field of play.
That's right, folks. There's bench penalties in this game like any other. So
okay,
fortunately for Ottawa, they still have they still have possession of the quaffle, and we'll try to keep it as long as possible. Oh, and there's a good handoff, and they might actually make something short-handed here. There's a great dodge.
420. 420.
Was that a goal? I can't see. They didn't score that, did they? No, okay.
2, 1.
No. Stand by, folks.
Sorry.
Unless someone just scored.
No, it's 2020. I was looking at the wrong number. That is my bad. It's still a 2020 game.
4, 3, 2, 1.
So Ottawa is back in full strength now.
I tell you what, that's a big deal to kill off 2 consecutive penalties like that, unless they're getting another one.
But
that would really not be fun.
John Keats is not looking so hot out there. I mean, he looks good,
Yeah,
but right now
Don't
he
get
looks
us
a little
wrong, folks.
fatigued,
Yeah.
little injured out there. He's getting up, but I'm not sure what's going to be happening here.
It's a little shaken. Maybe an upper body injury.
So we're going to have an injury sub, and James Sarté is going to come on for Waterloo.
All right, and Ottawa. So the Ridgebacks currently have bludger supremacy, and Ottawa will take possession of the quaffle and try to get something going here. It's an incredibly close, low-scoring game. The next bucket is going to be big for both teams.
Cody Rennick is back in. We're coming to almost 10 minutes into this match. Ottawa are really working hard to get BS, and they've got that now. Martin Giasson trying to create some space for their chaser. Cody Rennick going to take advantage of the chaser beat and take it all the way to the hoop for the drive. That's the way you got to put it through the hoop. So Ottawa now up 30, provided that this stoppage in play doesn't turn anything over.
Fantastic dunk, exactly what we like to see.
So the goal is good. Rachel Malone, HR for this game, is giving me the good signal that the goal is good. But it looks like Cody, taking a hard hit there, is going to sub out. What a finish for him, but definitely Waterloo putting up the defense.
Absolutely, but if you got to go out somehow, that's a great way to do it, is in full flight, full extension, just flying through the air with the greatest of ease, as it were. And can't tell what's wrong with him. Just looks a little shaken out. Maybe it's just contact. Maybe he's just winded. We hope to see him again soon.
We're back in at this point. Waterloo trying to advance the ball. Ottawa is already on defense. But Waterloo does have bludger control. Looks like John Keats is back in. So, yeah, that hit was a little shaken from earlier, but he looks like he's fine. Yep. He's going to come and help out in this tight game.
It's going to go all the way around the hoops.
Waterloo moving the ball well. Are they going to get this opportunity? No. The beat first, and the ball is going to sail out of bounds.
Yeah.
Ottawa is going to grab it. Again, a tight game, 30-20 for Ottawa.
No, I'm not a betting man because my commentary contract forbids me to do so, but I'd say this is probably going to come down to a snitch catch, Chris.
It looks like that with the amount of time and just the nature of the goals being scored and how they're being scored. Lots of close opportunities, but
there's a good cross pitch pass and a
Ottawa
big goal for Ottawa.
Ottawa number 18, Jean-Sébastien Boyer, capitalizing on that goal, taking it all the way to the hoop. Very nice drive by him, cutting across.
Yeah. That's one of the few passes we've seen successfully land this game, and when you do get to spread the pitch like that, it opens up a lot of very interesting things.
For sure. Alex Goudreau making that nice feed.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the key to Ottawa's success. I think they're really trying to take advantage of those breakaway scenarios where the beaters can provide that support.
Yep.
They're setting up their defense well. Oh, Waterloo's going to put it in. I believe that was number 25, Connor Ladley Frieden. So it's a 30-all game as my colleague James Champion scrolls up to number 30 there.
Oh, we've got.
Oh, is it 40-30? That's our bad. We're just too enthralled by the goals and how they're being scored. We're not really paying attention to the score clock. The score you see in the background, though, on the pitch,
watch that,
is
folks.
the accurate one. Yeah.
It's like backwards.
We've got a stoppage in play. We're gonna have to see what the refs are conferring. Goal is good, so it's 5-3 for Ottawa.
Wow, and they could, I may have spoke too soon with that snitch catch comment. Ottawa definitely has the potential to pull away here. It still looks like a close game, but these goals are all coming down to missed shots, missed passes, things that can easily go either way.
We have an unattributed goal right now
Ross
for that last one.
Useless. Excuse me.
Nathan Ross, quite the good ref there. Oh, what a beat. I don't know if it was a beat, but it definitely knocked out the quaffle. And we've got a chaser, and the Ottawa keeper is going to turn over that ball, so it's in his possession now.
Only two things smack like that. That's quaffles and faces. Either one does the job.
Ottawa doing a full sub here, getting some fresh legs.
Oh, yeah. Ottawa's starting to really open up the game here.
Wow.
But a lot of great big high impact points at altitude.
So that's
fantastic.
So that's 60-30 now. We've got 30-point spread, which is exactly what the snitch is worth.
And the Waterloo Ridgebacks will very wisely call a timeout here and try to retake control of a game that might be getting away from them here. So right now, Waterloo will just be trying to settle everyone down. They've had a couple of points they won't be happy with. A couple of times that Ottawa chasers have gotten to the hoops too easily. When you have good chasers and they get that close, dunks go in this game. They're extremely hard to block, and so Ottawa will just be trying to make them pay more for those points they do get, and try to get some of their own on the board here.
Absolutely. Been quite incredible. I think Ottawa's had a few more opportunities on the hoops than Waterloo has done, but Waterloo has made sure to capitalize and make sure that they deliver when they are at their hoops.
That's right.
So a timeout is only 1 minute long, so we're going to be coming to the end of this timeout now. 5 seconds left in it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, bro. Thank you.
That'd be That'd be great. Shout out to Christopher Deller, who's giving me a hot chocolate right now because it is a little frigid here on the mic.
Who says we're volunteers, folks? Well, I mean,
We've been paid in a hot chocolate.
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely. I'm a professional. I'd like to thank my mom, Lana Leeson, back in Vancouver, who's probably not watching this. Anyway.
Hi, Dad.
It's like 13 degrees in Vancouver. The flowers are blooming. Here it's really windy and cold, folks.
I don't know the moral of that story, but we're back on the field, and Waterloo is bringing out the ball. Peter's going to try there and create some space.
There's a fantastic offload. Oh, man.
Lots of physicality, lots of beating, and we've got something being called by Rachel Malone on number 29 for U Ottawa.
Derek Yates.
Or that's
may have been
Malcolm Scantlebury there.
Yeah. Looks like he went to
I'm really a strong enforcer of the jersey pool. There's a lot of teams that look good out there in these jerseys. I really like the U Ottawa ones. You really don't want people wrecking these jerseys.
Yeah, we're students. We can only afford the one jersey. And that's Derek Yates, who I believe was torn down there in an unjust manner. He's going to try and go straight to the hoops with this. Oh, man. Derek Yates, he's been going hard to the hoop the whole game. He hasn't been having any luck with his passes or his shots. A couple of those have been misses, but often he just doesn't have a lot of options. But really respect that hustle. And the Ridgebacks will recover here in their own end.
I think Raphael, I just know him so well that I don't always know his number. Number 13 for U Ottawa beater is really hoping they would wait till he got into the play. He was coming back. U Ottawa still managing to maintain control of Bludge's superiority. We've got Martin Chiassol forcing the pass. And
there's Yates going up and
turnover being
back
forced. Turnover being forced by U Ottawa. Cody Reddick talking to his teammates to slow it a little bit down. We're at the 15-minute mark. The penalty is finished now, and
this is a U Ottawa's game to lose this point. If I was them, I'd be really happy with where I was at. Cody Rennick is back in the game.
And a shot! Wow.
It's one of the really first shots that have gone in, and the reason it went in is because it was thrown extremely hard.
And you know what? That's really challenging today because of the wind for sure.
Absolutely.
So absolutely great shot. That was Cody Rennick,
number 24.
For U Ottawa. Number 20. No, it's not number 24.
Oh well, that's
33.
That's what you get with volunteer commentators, folks.
You're professional now. You were just paid.
Yeah, just random numbers and names.
You really like to
ongoing
flip that side as convenient to you. Volunteer, professional. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, just be quiet, all right?
But we've got Waterloo coming up with the ball. U Ottawa playing the high press. Peter's going to try to help out.
Ooh,
really good beats.
I heard that from here.
Raf gonna make some challenges.
Oh, that's a. Could have sworn. There's a beat.
Oh, and that's a breakaway situation.
U Ottawa's beaters going absolutely nuts and giving Cody Rennick a free path to basket.
Cody
Rennick
doesn't
even
with
bother going
goal.
all the way this time.
So
he's feeling it.
We're actually now at 80 because Cody Rennick with the last 2 goals so quickly.
Oh man. Cody Rennick is the hot hand that U Ottawa is feeding right now. He was feeling himself.
So we've got our seekers getting ready to go. Waterloo going to try to capitalize here. Just south of the small hoop. Not able to capitalize there.
One of the biggest differences in this game is that mid-contact shots, U Ottawa has been making their mid-contact shots, and the Ridgebacks have been mostly missing them so far. And that speaks to us the quality of the shooting and the quality of the tackles being made on chasers by other chasers. So, when the Snitch is released, well, that'll depend on how the quaffle play goes in the next few minutes here, but we might not have much of a Snitch game if U Ottawa continues to pull away here.
Waterloo keeper able to capitalize, grabbing that ball, passing it off to his teammates, really going for the press. Those beaters being very effective for U Ottawa.
Yeah, and I believe that was a pass after contact that Rachel Malone will be calling. At least that was looked like to me.
You can't say Guelph isn't a rowdy team. We've got Guelph right behind us, and they are loud.
People come to me all the time. They say, "Is Guelph rowdy?" And I say, "Absolutely."
So here we go. We got U Ottawa, number 420 advancing, protected by number 12 Beater.
Where is Guelph even?
Where is Guelph?
Yeah.
Guelph is just west of here, sort of northwest.
Everything's west of here.
About 30 minutes. Everything.
Okay, yeah. Anyway.
There is some Atlantic provinces to our east, just as a FYI. Oh,
You know,
and
they
Quebec.
keep telling me that, but until I see one up close, urban myth as far as I'm
You
concerned.
Vancouver people.
Yeah.
Waterloo once again advancing. Keeper being pressured by Martin Chiasson. Martin Chiasson forces the ball out of bounds, and it's going to be U Ottawa ball on this side.
3, 2, 1.
The counting you heard to my left is because the Seekers are now out. They're going to end the game. U Ottawa, of course, up by 50 points at this point. They're trying to go for the grab. Waterloo going to try to prevent U Ottawa from catching so they can get back in this game. But it looks like we've got stoppage of play. We may have somebody injured on the pitch.
Yeah, it looks like can't tell who it is from here. I tell you, Shaggy just absolutely tearing the ghost hood off of this Ridgebacks defense here.
You know what? There is a reason why he's on the Team Canada standing team, and I think this game has been very evident of that. Very cool,
Absolutely.
calm, collective beating out there. Very smart.
A bit of a showcase, if you will.
So we've got the sub. It's Alex Goudreau who got shaken up there, but we've
It's
got
like a little
sub
bit
in
of a
for him
lower
now.
body injury.
We've got U Ottawa setting up on defense.
And it looks like Keats is back in the game.
But he's beating now.
Oh,
John
wow.
Keats is beating.
Wow, looks like Keats understands that. That was that.
I don't know
thought
if
that
it
was
went
in.
through. It definitely hit the rim. It may have gone through, but no, there's no call by the refs.
Keats doing a fantastic job beating here in a switch roll.
And it's U Ottawa keeper has possession
Quidditch
now.
is beauty, and beauty Quidditch. That is all you know and all you need to know. It's a little Keats reference for you educated folks out there.
Different Keats though.
No, that's
Oh, that's that.
he wrote that poem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, a lot of people don't know that about him.
Way to go, John.
Yeah, 300-year-old poet, says it right here in our commentary pack.
John Keats is pretty good out there trying to create some space, but it's really hard to compete with Raphael and with Martin Chiasson for U Ottawa. Solid beating. And they're really giving the seeker, Mark Monroe, who's out there seeking for U Ottawa, time with Christopher Deller, who's our snitch from Calgary today. Speaking of the West.
Yep. I mean, Alberta's kind of central Canada, really.
Mark Monroe going for a catch, trying between the legs, trying to catch Chris looking. Waterloo still trying to defend.
Oh, there's a non-penalizable but unfortunate. Oh no, I spoke too soon. Didn't look intentional to me, but just a little reckless. Maybe.
Looked a little accidental for sure, but yeah, absolutely, definitely a hard hit. I hope number 5, that's James Sarté for Waterloo. I hope he's okay there.
Looks a little shaken up.
For sure.
Not too shaken up to get up immediately and be indignant, which is what we always like to see when somebody gets laid out like that unintentionally.
He's getting up and he's walking over. Hopefully he gets checked out.
Yep. It looks okay at first analysis at a distance.
It looks like Rachel's reaching into her pocket. She's pulling out a yellow card, and I think is that 2 for Mr. Scantbury?
No, I think that's going to 27.
That's the second yellow.
So that is Malcolm Scantbury, who has had a double yellow. It is a red card, and that means Waterloo will have 2 minutes with advantage. It doesn't matter if they score; they will have 2 minutes, despite any goals, where Waterloo will have an advantage before a U Ottawa player can go back in.
No save by the goal here, folks. It's real old-time hockey.
Very timely,
Yeah.
considering where we are.
Oh, absolutely.
Considering that it's at this point of the game, this could give Waterloo the opportunity to get some goals and come back, close the gap.
Yeah, especially with Keats out there beating and Richard Barina in at the keeping position. If anything can turn the tide and give the Ridgebacks a chance to get back in the game, this is it.
Richard with the easy goal. So that was Richard Barita, number 42 for Waterloo, who just scored.
Now, they may be shorthanded here, U Ottawa, but they have retained bludger supremacy and will make things, again, as slow as possible. They've done a great job on the penalty kill here today, and definitely would not be in the position they'd been in if Ridgebacks had been able to capitalize more times.
Oh, close opportunity there for the U Ottawa seeker.
Yeah, but Chris Day, a very strong guy. He's not about to give it up to anybody when he's one-on-one. Certainly not before his handicaps kick in. Here's Cody Rennick back up for U Ottawa. Again, taking his time.
He knows he's got to kill the penalty. He's in their half. He is providing threatening. We've got some beating that's going on by Waterloo. It looks like momentarily both U Ottawa beaters are beat.
That's probably the deepest reset I've ever seen. He almost left the field. I thought I was a slow player. I have much to learn. Got persistent whistling here. Not sure where that's coming from.
I think it's coming from the field behind us.
All right.
5 minutes per handicap.
Yes.
And
So
does that start from when
18. So for the first 5 minutes of the seekers being out, Chris will go to our Chris the seeker, the snitch that is, will go to his first handicap. So it will be limited in the movement he's able to do so.
Oh, Chris just being merciless, tossing seekers around like they're
And U Ottawa is back to
flags.
full strength now. They've managed to kill 2 minutes of penalty very effectively. And Waterloo hasn't even been close to the U Ottawa hoops during that time.
No, this is Waterloo looks like they're getting a little dispirited here. And that's Chris just yanking on a broom so consistently that it didn't pull it out, but U Ottawa seeker just gave up and let him have it, which is a luxury you can have when you're up by 40 points at a late stage of the game.
Excellent beat by U Ottawa behind the hoops. Quite the long beat, and of course in this weather the wind is a factor.
That's right. We are in a bit of a tunnel, a bit of a gorge along which the wind is being funneled here as it flows over the
Escarpment.
Escarpment. Learned
Also
that
known
word
as
yesterday.
the mountain.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
Which, of course, Western Canadians may
Frankly, a bit of a misnomer. That's an escarpment if I ever saw one, folks.
I should say the nomenclature is you either live on the mountain or off of the mountain.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, whatever helps, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah.
Helps my navigation, that's for sure.
And that is a goal for U Ottawa there. So we're up to 90 to 40 in favor of U Ottawa.
Nathan!
And looks like our
Okay, apparently not.
we're not long until our first handicap. And looks like here's Richard Barina coming up with the quaffle for the Ridgebacks. Getting a little bit of bludger support, which is sometimes rare this late in a keeper game. But U Ottawa's beaters seemingly all over the pitch here in the last 10 minutes of play or so.
What ball movement by these two.
No space, no breathing room for anybody.
It looks like Rachel,
Seeker
Raphael and, or also known as Raph and Martin are really moving all around. They're not taking a lot of time off, but the seeker subs are coming quick, fast, and furious for U Ottawa, keeping those fresh legs. Chris is going to tire every seeker that comes against him out. So that is quite necessary. It's a good idea. Close shot for U Ottawa, but the rebound is finished off, and it's a goal for U Ottawa.
So we're double snitch range here, and wouldn't surprise me if the Ridgebacks maybe tried to get a snitch catch here, just to leave the game on their own terms. This is yours, by the way.
We got a second one there. Second hot chocolate. Look at us go.
Yeah.
I didn't catch the goal. You're gonna have to check with the ref on that. Beaters really creating the space in this game, really fighting for those bludgers.
here's U Ottawa back with bludger supremacy, and
there's a
Waffle
no-beater
with
situation
not much in their
where
way.
Alex Goudreau is going to try to take it all the way to the hoops, and he does. So a goal for Alex Goudreau of U Ottawa. So 110-40 at this point.
So I believe our Snitch now has a territory limitation on him. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does. And quite soon he'll probably be going on the next handicap
That's
as well.
right. He'll be losing an arm.
So in just under 3 more minutes, he'll be going to his second handicap.
Oh, goodness gracious, Raph and Shaggy just absolutely merciless out here.
And Waterloo
As is Cody Rennick.
Waterloo is taking the odd grab for the Snitch now at this point, and that's another goal for U Ottawa. 120-40.
Fantastic diversity of chasing styles here and the U Ottawa keepers. I haven't seen Rennick make a deke for about 6 minutes. He just can't be bothered anymore. He's unstoppable. And
U Ottawa
Ridgebacks
just cleaning up those rebounds with those beaters, taking out the Waterloo players really
Ridgebacks
easily.
again having no luck with their shots and passes here today.
Lots of grit being pursued right now by the Waterloo seeker, and that may be a clean grab.
If that was before the whistle, that was definitely clean, and I don't think either the Snitch or any refs will have any problems with that.
I think if that's a catch, I think U Ottawa and Waterloo are both quite happy at this point in terms of the game wrapping up.
Yeah.
It's been quite the fixture, quite lengthy at that. The catch is good, so 30 more points for Waterloo. That brings us to a final score of 120-70 with Waterloo catching, but ultimately losing the game. So, James, final thoughts on what we saw out there today?
Well, you know, frankly, U Ottawa just had so much energy, and they just played with such intensity that
Oh, I thought that was here.
they kind of lasted through a little bit of a Waterloo pushback, and from then on, it was just like they were running downhill and Waterloo was going uphill. It seemed like on every point.
That's U Ottawa's first match of the day, so they definitely were a little bit more
It
fresh.
showed. It showed, absolutely.
Yeah, and so with that, we've got U Ottawa facing the Edmonton Aurors later in this pool. That's it for Waterloo until we reseed. But that's it for us. Stay tuned. There's more matches to come. My name's Chris Radievsky.
I'm James Champion.
Thank you to Quidditch Canada. Thank you to our refs, and thank you to both teams. Excellent job. Stay tuned and enjoy the weather in Steeltown.